Hi, I'm Edie.
I'm Judy, and together we're the Rainbow Grannies.
Yay!
We are on our way to PFLAG in Pittsburgh. We're invited to be guest speakers there today.
And boy, are we honored. We feel so over the top about it. I can't even believe it. Rainbow Grannies at PFLAG.
Edie and I both realized that neither of us had ever been to a PFLAG meeting. And so we first told him that we would go there when we're supposed to show up around 3:30. But he said, the guy contacting us said that we can be there for the whole meeting if we want. They just say hello and then they break out into different groups and have conversations. And we decided last minute we ought to be there for the whole time because we've never been to a PFLAG meeting. We'll know more about what goes on. So for anyone who doesn't know, PFLAG stands for Parents and Friends of Lesbians and Gays. And it started out, years ago. And it was so often when people's kids came out as gay and they didn't know how to be supportive of their lesbian daughters, gay sons. And it's grown since then. And now we're hearing that as the gay community has gotten more and more accepted in mainstream, families are still finding that their trans kids are having trouble being accepted in the mainstream. And so parents and friends of a lot of trans relatives are going to PFLAG for their support. So we'll see what this one's like in Pittsburgh.
We also heard that it's a good opportunity for people that are coming out to intermingle with other people so that they can just be out. Hey, we've been down here at PFLAG and we've had a wonderful, wonderful day. This is David. He's the president of the PFLAG.
PFLAG Pittsburgh, not
in the Pittsburgh chapter.
Yeah, you want to tell them anything about PFLAG, David?
PFLAG, we're an organization that supports those who support LGBTQ family members. We'd like to say that we support the supporters. We have a couple meetings a month, one in person here in East Liberty and another one online on Zoom. We usually have a monthly social event, but it's essentially a place for people to get advice, to support one another, just to know that they aren't alone in working to support their LGBTQ loved ones.
So it has been really nice. They had a small gathering of about 20 people here today, and everybody sat around and they shared all their views and their relationships and, about what's going on with them in their life. And that was nice, It made you feel real good and comfortable. It was a nice, safe place for everybody. So, David, thank you so much for having us down here, Rainbow Grannies.
We loved having you here. It was great.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Thanks.
We just came out of the PFLAG meeting. I have to say the reason we didn't video while we were there is because it's kind of a sacred space where people can go in and talk and say whatever they're going to talk about and it never leaves the room. So we didn't even ask about videotaping in there.
That's right.
While we were there.
It's about respecting everybody's privacy.
Right. But what I've got to say, I was just about to talk with Edie, thought, well, let's just put it on camera. What was really interesting for me today is that we just had the elections and everybody was talking about the school district elections. That was real important this year because there was so much book banning going on that really affected the LGBTQ community. That this was on everybody's mind. They kept saying, well, we're just going to say a little bit about the, PFLAG. They don't represent any political party kind of thing, but they were talking about, they'll be advocates for their rights.
But they're basically like us, too, though. We don't represent. It's just that if it has anything to do with the LGBT plus community, we're there for it,
Right. And so what we're thinking, they just wanted to just touch base about the election outcome and then stop there. But it went on and on for quite some time because it affected everybody's life personally, what went on in this election. So they were very glad they've got a lot of wins for, this time around. What kind of thing really impressed you or during today?
I thought it was nice that there was a couple people there that it was basically their first time ever being there and that they were transgender and that they had felt comfortable enough to be able to come to a location like that and just be who they are. And in a location like that too, they learn all kind of things, about being transgender and what they need to do and about their they were talking about the what do you call them, passports,
right,
and their birth certificates and stuff, and so they can help guide each other on what the right thing and the wrong thing, or what's against the law and who's breaking the law by not allowing them to have the passport information that they're supposed to have.
Yeah, here's another important thing I found out is that if, for example, going back to the school district, going back to a small town, if something's happening in a small town, and somebody doesn't like, something against the LGBTQ plus community, they can contact PFLAG. They can contact a local chapter. They can contact the national chapter, whoever, and let them know what happened. And they'll pick up on it and become an advocate. So that means that if you're in a small town, it's not just, oh, whatever hate happens in a small town, we can get away with it. They're going to find out they can't get away with it because the LGBTQ community, even in a small town,
Right.
have
So they
have
were
help.
speaking about how there was a school district locally, how someone had went outside and called someone out their name, a not very nice name for gay people, and that this person had that even though it happened outside, they realized that this was not, So anyway, PFLAG got in touch with them and let them know that we heard this happen. See, and you can't talk like that, especially if you want to be on the school board or you want to be in an office. You can't do this.
And what PFLAG also did was let the school board know that they're willing to come in and talk and educate people about the LGBTQ plus community. And it's also because they're PFLAG, it lets the school board know, the school district know, that gay people have families.
Right.
They don't just show up and exist in isolation. We've got families too, and we care about our kids too. And PFLAG isn't there to fight. PFLAG is there to educate,
Right,
and to take questions and
support.
let the community know what we can do. So, what else stood out for you at PFLAG meeting today?
Let's see. I think I don't know. It was nice though that there was a few parents there that have gay or transgendered children, and they were so glad to be out, to be in a place where they could interact with other parents
Right,
and learn things for their kids.
Yeah, and some were there with their kids, or the kids were there with their parents, which is also really, really nice.
Right, right. Yeah, that was nice too. We did meet a young man that has been communicating with Judy. He said it was okay to talk about him. I can't remember what his name was, but he was a very nice young man. He's transgender, and the whole entire thing was just a really nice thing. So I would suggest that you look for your local chapter. That, I don't know where you're from, because we're lucky enough to have people from all over the country, watching and everything. But I would look for your local chapter. We'll make sure that we put the Pittsburgh area chapter's name in the description and everything, and a link to,
We can also link to the national chapter, to the national organization, because then I'm sure on their website they have a list of all the chapters.
That's right. So that if you know anybody that needs help or just somebody that needs support, that's where you can get it, right there. And I'm sure if you needed anything else too, all you'd have to do is just mention to them, I need to know where to get electrolysis. I need to know where to, what kind of doctor is going to treat me right. They talked about that kind of stuff too, how there's certain doctors that don't treat them right, or and it's like, it's hard to believe, but there are doctors that probably do not treat you right. I know with being a minority, there's certain doctors I don't want to go see. So with being a transgender, I can't imagine trying to, so.
I want to give out a shout out again to Pittsburgh, because Pittsburgh is a safe zone for the LGBTQ community. I would also say, actually, it's a safe zone. I wanted to say it's a safe zone for the transgender community. If you're ready for some medical attention, this is the place where you can come, because it's protected. You're protected here.
And I know, we're not boosting anybody's insurance company, but they did talk about a young lady named Michelle that works for UPMC, and how she is like everybody's best cheerleader for the LGBT community, and that she's been able to help direct and steer them. So I'm giving Michelle a shout out, because you was like a big topic at the PFLAG meeting.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit the bell so you get notification each and every time
we put up a video. Wait. Before we go though, how about this scenery? A beautiful fall day down here at this little pond. The ducks are swimming in the background. Life is good. So that's how pretty it is, with all the ducks swimming. A beautiful fall day. after our
Look,
PFLAG
a
meeting.
little cabin. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks.